warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang terhormat Bapak Ibu dosen penguji dan guru pamong penguji ujian kinerja PPG dalam jabatan Angkatan 1 2021. Nama saya Nur Maria Ulfa SPD, mahasiswa PPG dalam jabatan Angkatan 1 2021, LPTK Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar. Saya lahir di Ujung Pandang 31 Januari 1993. Alamat saya Jalan Tamalate 6 nomor 1 Makassar. Pada kesempatan hari ini, Senin 19 Juli 2021, saya akan melaksanakan kegiatan praktik pembelajaran untuk memenuhi ujian kinerja PPG dalam jabatan Angkatan 1 2021 dengan mengambil materi deskriptif teks semester ganjil di kelas 10 MIPA 1 SMA Negeri 2 Makassar. Untuk lebih jelasnya, berikut adalah video praktik pembelajaran saya. Terima kasih atas perhatiannya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
SMA 2 Makassar terbentang di era pembangunan, berpijak dengan taro adab taro gaul dalam UUD 45.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Fine, ma'am.
Fine, ma'am.
Alhamdulillah.
How about you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine too. Thank you. Before we start our lesson today, it will be better if we pray together. The leader, please lead us to pray.
Before we get started, we shall having a pray according to our religion, Islam. Pray begins. Amin ya robbal alamin.
Please isi absen di link Google Form. The link is on the chat box. Jadi ada dari teman kalian yang tidak hadir hari ini karena sakit, yaitu Wahyuni, tadi sudah diinfo sama wali kelas. Semoga Wahyuni lekas sembuh ya, mari kita doakan. Do you still remember what we have learned last meeting? Aziza masih ingat, okay. What we have learned, Aziza?
Last week, we have learned about narrative text and present it in group. We have learned many legends and took the moral value.
Yes, very good. Last meeting, we have learned about narrative text. By the way, how is your holiday?
It's boring, ma'am.
It's boring. Why?
Karena cuma di rumah, ma'am.
Cuma di rumah, of course. We have to stay at home because of the virus. It's for our safety, isn't it? But how about in the past? Did you still remember the place that you have visited before?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Apa saja?
Borobudur.
Oh, okay. Wait. We play it in Mentimeter. Let me send you the link. Jawab di sini ya. We have been to Baru, and then Raja Ampat, Kuta Beach in Bali. What else? Museum Angkut di Malang ya. Tangkuban Parahu. Oke, Prambanan Temple Jogja. Toraja. Wow, Bulukumba. Surabaya. Lombok. Okay, there are many places in Indonesia ya. So we have to be proud being Indonesia. Jadi semakin cinta sama tanah air kita yang kaya akan tempat wisata baik yang alamnya dan sebagainya. Well, can you guess what we are going to learn today?
Descriptive text.
Yes, very good. Descriptive text about place. Well, today's motivation about learning descriptive text, we will able to describe the place that we have visited before. Of course, that is description in English. So we will able describe our wonderful places Indonesia to the world. Jadi semua orang akan tahu Indonesia karena kita describe the places, the beautiful and wonderful places in English. And the learning objectives of our lesson today, the first is determine the social function, text structure and language features of descriptive text place, and then analyze the social function, text structure, and language features of descriptive text place. And the last, you can conclude and present a descriptive text place. By the way, did you know the biggest and the most temple in Indonesia? Ada tadi yang jawab?
Borobudur.
Borobudur
Temple.
Temple.
Yes, Borobudur Temple. So I have a video about Borobudur Temple. Okay, happy watching.
Borobudur is located on the Indonesian island of Java, burrowed within an isolated valley surrounded by swaying palm trees and majestic mountains. This colossal monument is about 25 miles northwest of the bustling city of Yogyakarta. To fully appreciate all of its intricacies and grandeur. Well, that's it from the Borobudur Temple in central Java in wonderful Indonesia. Until next time, we'll see you on the road. MacroTrip.com.
Okay, what a wonderful place. Do you have an idea about the temple after watching the video?
Nashua, ma'am.
Nasua, okay.
So the video tells us about the Borobudur Temple, which is the pride of Indonesians. The video describes in details about Borobudur, such as the location, how big the temple is, the reliefs, and even what we can find inside it. Also, the video tells us about how the Borobudur Temple is a really good place for tourism.
Yes, and it's about descriptive text.
This text.
Yes, well, very good, Naswa. Thank you. Well, I have sent you the LKPD, tadi sudah mengirimkan, and also the learning material. Have you read the material?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have read the material, what is the definition of descriptive text?
They not, ma'am. So descriptive text is a text that explains about whether a place or an object is like, whether its form, its properties, its amount, and others. Thank you, ma'am.
Great, thank you for reading the material before come to the class ya, Deno. Next, siapa lagi yang sudah baca dan pahami? How about social function?
Lutfi, ma'am.
Oke, Lutfi, boleh.
So the social function of descriptive text is to describe certain characteristics or features of a particular thing or a particular place.
Yes, very good, Lutfi. Thank you. The next one, setelah definition, social function, what else? Text structure.
Novel, ma'am. Yes. So for the text structure of descriptive text, the first one is identification. Identification is the introduction of the text, and this part tells about the introduction of a place or object will be described. And the last one is description. It contains a description of something such as place or object by describing its features, forms, colors, or anything related to what the writer described.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Noval. Okay, next about grammar and language features. Have you read the material?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. Siapa yang mau?
Saya, ma'am, Andi Arika.
Oke, Andi Arika.
There are 4 grammar and language features. For the first
Mhm.
is simple present tense.
Yes.
The sentence pattern used is simple present because it tells the fact of the object described. For example, Flores is one of the most fascinating and beautiful islands, located in southern part of Indonesia in East Nusa Tenggara province. For the second one is using adjective. The use of adjective or an adjective to clarify the noun, for example, a beautiful beach, crowded place, the famous place in Sulawesi, and etc. Third, using noun. A noun
Yes.
names a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. For example, one person like Jacob, girl, teacher, and Mrs. Lorber.
Okay.
Two place like Georgia, school, and Atlanta. Three thing like computer, tree, and elephant. Four
Yes.
idea,
The next.
happiness, anger, and responsibility. The fourth is using noun phrase. A noun
Yes.
phrase is a small group of 4 which contains a noun but doesn't contain a verb. A noun phrase usually contains a noun plus other words to describe it.
Yes.
One, the dance is also popular as a warm greeting to welcome important guests. Two, long hidden in the shadow of its more famous neighbor, Bali. That's it, ma'am.
Oh, perfect. Thank you for your explanation. Let's give applause for your friends that have explained about the material. Well, I will give you tasks. Ada yang dikerjakan secara individual, and also ada berpasangan. Well, yang berpasangan, I have prepared the pair for you. So, you will work in pair. Boleh, ada Fauzan with Alfian, and then Fatima with Ainun Fatima with Humaira, and so on. Can you capture and find your partner?
Yes, ma'am.
Ada semua partnernya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ada yang partnernya tidak hadir? Hadir semua ya? Oke. Well, please read the text about Borobudur Temple. And then answer the activity 1. The activity 1 is about the grammar and language features. So you have to highlight the text. Kalau dia misalnya adjective, highlight with the colors. Ini colorsnya yellow. And then kalau dia simple present, highlight with the green one. And if it's a noun, jadi kalau di teks itu kalian dapatkan noun, please highlight with red color. And the last one, if the sentence menurut kalian adalah noun phrase, please highlight with the blue one. Did you get the point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You can do it now in 10 minutes. Have you finished? How about Humaira?
Masih mengerjakan, ma'am. sedikit lagi.
Masih mengerjakan. Oke.
Rian Divani, Ma'am.
Rian Divani, oke.
Uh,
You want to share your answer? Yes?
Sudah kelihatan, Ma'am.
Yes.
Yang pertama itu adjektiva yang berwarna kuning. Contohnya the largest, karena menjelaskan tentang karakteristik objeknya. Yang kedua itu simple present yang di highlight warna hijau. Contohnya Borobudur Temple is a temple which become a part of Indonesian people karena menjelaskan fakta tentang objek yang dideskripsikan. Yang ketiga itu noun atau warna merah. Contohnya Borobudur Village, Magelang, and Center of Java, Indonesia, karena merupakan kata benda berupa yang menyatakan tempat. Lalu yang keempat itu non-phrase, contohnya the seven wonders of the world, yaitu kalimat yang berisi kata benda tapi tidak menggunakan.
Boleh digeser slide-nya? Yang mana seven wonders?
Ini, Ma'am.
Praise. Very good. Thank you, Rian Divani Ardelia. Give applause to Rian Divani. Okay, the next activity is about activity 2, identify the structure of the text. So, write the identification and description. Yang mana dari teks termasuk identification dan yang mana dari teks yang termasuk description. Jadi karena ini hanya memindahkan bagian teks, I will give you 5 minutes to do. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Who have finished the answer?
Saya, ma'am. Andi Humaira.
Okay, Andi Humaira.
First paragraph includes identifications. It is from Borobudur Temple is a temple which became a pride of Indonesian people until it was found crushed and buried in the ground.
Okay, it's identification.
Identification.
And then?
And for the description, it is from originally it has 10 levels which have overall height until being stolen to be used in the museum collection. The last paragraph.
Okay, until the last paragraph. Thank you very much. Yes, very good. Give applause to Humaira. The next activity. Well, activity 3, there are 5 questions you have to answer based on the text. The first one, where is Borobudur located? And then why Borobudur became the pride of Indonesian people? What does the text tell about? What is the writer aim to write the text? And the last one, please conclude about the text Borobudur that you have read. I will give you 10 minutes to answer these questions. Okay, how about number 1?
Fauzan, ma'am. Borobudur is located in Borobudur Village, Magelang, central of Java, Indonesia. It is approximately 100 kilometers from Semarang, 86 kilometers from Surakarta, and 40 kilometers from Yogyakarta.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Fauzan. How about number 2? Why Borobudur became the pride of Indonesian people?
Vela.
Okay, Vela.
Borobudur Temple became a pride of Indonesian people because it is ever been included into the 7 wonders of the world.
Okay, very good, Bella. Thank you. So what does the text tell us about? Number 3?
Dia, ma'am.
Dia yang mau jawab, okay.
So the text tells about Borobudur Temple, about the shape of Borobudur Temple, and about the meaning of the shape of Borobudur Temple.
Very good, Dia. How about number 4? What is the writer aim to write the text?
Dia Renisa mau, ma'am. The author purpose in writing the text is to provide information to the readers about the Borobudur temple by describing its location to the uniqueness of the Borobudur temple, ma'am.
Oh, yes. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
The last one, what can you conclude about Borobudur?
Tita, ma'am. So we can conclude that Borobudur Temple is located in the village of Borobudur and is the largest Buddhist temple in the world. There are 3 main levels of the realm in Borobudur. The third level is Kamandatu, Rupadatu, and Arupadatu. Besides decorated with many reliefs, Borobudur also has so many sculptures which become a symbol of the Buddha embodiment. Since the discovery of Borobudur Temple, there are so many Buddhist statues left. Originally, the amount of Buddha statues is 504 statues. More than 300 statues have been damaged. Most of the statues of Buddha are headless because often being stolen to be used in the museum collection. After knowing that Borobudur Temple is one of the 7 wonders in the world, as Indonesian people, we must protect and preserve Borobudur Temple. It is strictly forbidden to steal anything so that it can be enjoyed forever.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Tita. Any other answer mungkin yang lebih simple, the simple one maybe? Okay, Rika.
Borobudur Temple is located in Magelang, central of Java, Indonesia. It's the pride of Indonesian people. It also becomes the largest temple of Buddhists. There are about 1,460 panels of Borobudur's walls, and the panels tells about ancient story.
Okay, thank you. Very good, Rika. Thank you all. Let's give applause to your friends. Next, the activity 4. Nah, in activity 4, please do it with your partner. You can discuss in chat box atau mungkin with WhatsApp. It's okay. So write a descriptive text about historical place or tourism object in our region. Choose one of the next following pictures. Picture 1 is about Fort Rotterdam. Picture 2, it's about Samalona Island. Picture 3, it's about Tanah Toraja. And the 4th, it's about Fort Sumbawa. And the last, picture 5, is about Acarena Beach. So choose one of the following pictures yang kalian yakin bahwa kalau saya describe yang ini, I know it very well because misalnya saya selalu ke sana. Karena ini kan adalah tempat-tempat yang ada di our region. Okay, Fat, who is your partner? Do you still remember?
Yes, ma'am. Maiko, ma'am.
Maiko, what did you choose? Pilih apa?
Fort Rotterdam, ma'am.
Yes?
Fort Rotterdam.
Fort Rotterdam. Okay. So what you are going to write in the first paragraph?
The first paragraph is Fort Rotterdam, or Benteng Ujung Pandang as it is now called, is an old Dutch colonial fort in Makassar, overlooking the harbor. It is one of the top attractions in Makassar.
Okay, very good. How about yang lainnya bagaimana? Apakah sudah bekerja dengan pasangannya?
Iya, ma'am.
You are
Sudah.
going to write in the first paragraph, Humaira.
For the first paragraph about Samalona Island. After all this time,
Okay.
Makassar is always identical with Losari Beach as highlight destination. The name of the island is Samalona.
Samalona is a small island located in the district of Ujung Pandang, Makassar, South Sulawesi Province. The distance is about 7 kilometers from the city of Makassar.
Okay, very good. How about the others? Kalau tadi Ais, pasangannya siapa Ais? Cisa. Cisa dan Ais memilih
Tanah Toraja, ma'am.
Tanah Toraja.
Of Tanah Toraja are predominantly Christian. However, there are still people who embrace Islam and beliefs of animism.
Okay, thank you, very good. How about Acarena Beach? Siapa yang berencana menulis Acarena Beach?
Huria dan Haura.
Oh, Huria and Haura, very good. Oke, yang terakhir Port Sumbawa.
Saya, ma'am, sama Ari.
Ari and Lutfi. Boleh Ari and Lutfi present your descriptive text.
Yes, ma'am. Somba Opu is located in Jalan Daengtata, Benteng Somba Opu, Subdistrict, Barombong District, Goa Regency, South Sulawesi. This place also has cannon with a length of 9 meters and weighing about 9,500 kilograms. And there is a museum containing historical objects of the Sultanate of Goa. Believe it or not, this building was built by clay and egg whites instead of cement. The sturdy fortress is in rectangular shape with a length for about 2 kilometers, and it has 7 until 8 meters height, and it covers approximately 1,500 hectares. The entire building is being fenced with thick walls.
This fort was built in 1525 by the Sultan of Goa IX, Daimatan Rekareng Tumaparisi Kalona. The fort is a port and trading center for spices that's been visited by traders from Asia and Europe. In 1669, the fort was occupied by the VOC, then destroyed until submerged by a tidal wave. In the 1980s, the fort was rediscovered by a number of scientists and in 1990, the fort was reconstructed so that it looks better. Now, Somba Opu became historic sites in the city of Makassar, in which there are several custom home building representing South Sulawesi tribes. There are Bugis, Makassar, Mandar, and Toraja. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it for your hard work. Yes, very good. Give applause to Ari and Lutfi. The next one.
Yes, ma'am. But on my comment.
Wait. Do you want to share your screen?
So Fort Rotterdam. Fort Rotterdam, or Benteng Ujung Pandang, as it is now called, is an old Dutch colonial fort in Makassar, overlooking the harbor. It is one of the top attractions in Makassar. The current fort was built by the Dutch around the year 1667. Soon, the fort was rebuilt with 6 meters high and 2 meters thick walls. In the inside arose Dutch houses and a church. The fort became the center of the Dutch colonial power on the island of Sulawesi. Fort Rotterdam consists of 5 towers, 4 on each corner and 1 at the main entrance. Inside are 13 buildings, 11 made by the Dutch and 2 were built by the Japanese.
Currently, the museum is housed here. Other structures were used as a sleeping quarters for offices, prison, or warehouses. One of the leaders of the Java War from 1825 till 1830, the Indonesian national hero Prince Diponegoro was imprisoned here for 26 years till his death in 1855. Fort Rotterdam is open every day from 8 a.m. till 18 p.m. hour. Entrance fee is free, although a donation is requested. 10,000 rupiah should suffice. The museum is only open Tuesday to Sunday in the morning from 8 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. hour. Entrance is about 7,500 rupiah. Located right in the heart of Makassar, it is not difficult to get to Fort Rotterdam. You can take the public transportation or PT-PT or taxi to get to the fort. If you happen to be in Losari Beach, you can simply stroll down the boulevard and enjoy the scenery before you reach Fort Rotterdam.
Okay, thank you very much. a very good description about Port Rotterdam. Thank you, Maiko. You can stop your share screen. Give applause to Maiko and Pat. Yeah.
Samalona Island. After all this time, Makassar is always identical with Losari Beach. As high-click destination, the name of the island is Samalona. Samalona is a small island located in the district of Ujung Pandang, Makassar, South Sulawesi province. The distance is about 7 kilometers from the city of Makassar. Samalona Island has a beach with fine white sand and the sea water that is pure blue. On this island, there are many coconut trees that give dramatic notes over the beauty. Samalona Island is also famous for the beauty of the underwater. Those who visit this island can do swimming and diving, while seeing the beautiful coral reef with colorful sea fishes.
In addition, the island is also kept some mysteries about the sinking of ship relics from World War II. There are at least 7 ships were sunk in the area of the island. Among them is the Maro ship, a Japanese warship that was sunk at a depth of 30 meters. Lancaster bomber ship, Haku Maro cargo ship met in the Netherlands and several other vessels. Currently, this vessels has been transformed into a reef and become a home to hundreds of marine life. The tourists are usually come to the island to swim amongst the wrecking ships. In the area of this island, there are several food stalls that offer a wide variety of seafood. It tastes fresh and delicious to be enjoyed with family or friends. Musola and public toilets are also available here. Besides, the diving equipment and rental services for snorkeling is also available here. The island is located about 7 kilometers from the center of Makassar. You can go to this location from a port that located near Losari and from the pier near Fort Rotterdam. From the pier, you can hire a speedboat that costs around 300,000 to 400,000 rupiah for round trip or depending on the agreement with the driver. The latency is about 30 to 40 minutes away. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, excellent job. Thank you, Ainun, Fatima, and Humaira. Let's give applause. Okay, Acarena Beach. Ada yang describe about Acarena?
Haura, ma'am. Acarena Beach is one of the black sandy in Makassar. Since 1998, Acarena Beach operated as a family recreation center. It's located in the coastal area of Tanjung Bunga Tourism and Global Business Area, Makassar City, province of South Sulawesi, Indonesia. It is only about 5 kilometers western of central city of Makassar, Karebosi Field. Its development size up to 10 hectares. There are various facilities to relax, play and sport for the whole family, and various support facilities for recreational activities such as jet ski, banana boat, fishing tours to the island, locker room, and shower room. From the beach, the families can enjoy the view of beautiful beaches and a beautiful sunset. It has a dish gardens with 450 square meters wide. It is a Mediterranean style building, Acarena Dish Garden, located in the seaside of foods and beverage, both local and international menu.
Acarena Beach also has a quay with 150 meters length and 5 meters wide. The quay is usually used as a place to enjoy the sunset. Also function as a tour boat docks. There are tables and chairs at each edge. You can also enjoy the food from Dish Garden in the place. In the vicinity of the culinary, there are facilities for outbound and meeting. However, the favorite food for the visitors is fried banana and fried cassava. They usually enjoy it with hot coffee. Besides enjoying the beauty of the sunset, in the beach we can also see the view of the various landing ship tours. Some of the facilities are in an infrastructure provided along the beach. That is an oval plaza, water tower, children's playground, food and restaurant, bed center, meeting room, clinic, court for beach volleyball, and many other recreational facilities. Near this area, there is GTC Tanjung Bunga Mall. Acarena Beach usually open between 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. on weekdays and 6 a.m. until 12 or midnight on holiday. It allows you to enjoy the romantic atmosphere and breezy wind of Acarena Beach at night. It can be reached by car, motorbike, public transport, taxis, or motorbike taxis called ojek.
Today, we usually pay for 10,000 rupiah for admission and 5,000 rupiah for parking cars or 3,000 rupiah for motorcycles.
So if you are in Makassar, don't miss the beautiful situation with the family at Acarena Beach.
Okay, very good explanation from Haura and Huria.
Descriptive text of Tanah Toraja. Tanah Toraja is a district located in South Sulawesi. The capital of Tanah Toraja district is Makale. The people live there are mostly dominated by the origin tribe of Toraja. Those inhabitants of Tanah Toraja are predominantly Christian. However, there are still people who embrace Islam and the belief of animism, or can be called Aluk Todolo. The Toraja people mostly live in valleys between high mountains and granite cliffs. Toraja culture is generally a Proto-Malaysian Austronesian civilization that is still well preserved until today. Traditional clothing of Toraja people referred to as pokok, dress for women, while for men is called sepak talung.
Tanah Toraja has its own style of art such as music, dance, language, and carving. The funeral is one of the shows featuring typical Toraja dance. This dance shows a sense of grief as well as respect and encourage spirits of the dead. The commonly used language in Tanah Toraja is the Toraja language, Wisa, dan Toraja dialect. There are also many traditional languages according to the geographical location of the community, such as Kalumpang, Mamasa, Tai, Talondo, and Tola. Tanah Toraja is also known for its mystery that is not revealed until today. One of these mysteries is the ritual of walking corpse or Alutandolo in Toraja. This is a traditional ceremony where people will ask the dead bodies of the dead to walk alone to their graves. The act of caring for this corpse is believed to make the ancestors keep protecting the family. The ceremony involves not only the family but also the entire village community.
Thank you, Ais and Aziza. Very good job for Ais and Aziza, also Huria and Haura. Well, after doing all the activities and also we have discussed about the material, let's conclude what we have learned today. Could you? One of you?
Noval.
Okay, Noval. Yes. What we can conclude?
So today we learned about descriptive text, especially place, consists of the definition, social function, its structure, and also grammar and language feature. We choose one of place that we have visited and write the description.
Very good. Thank you so much. So today we have learned about descriptive text, its definition, social function, and then grammar and language features, and you have described, you have conclude about descriptive text, places. Thank you for all of you yang sudah aktif dan berpartisipasi and share your answers today. Thank you so much. I have marked your daftar nilai. Well, I will see you next meeting and have a nice day, everyone. Thank you very much for coming to the meeting today.